In today's video, guys, I'm going to be showing you the new top 5 overpowered loadouts that you should be using right now here in Season 4 after the mid-season reloaded update. So if you guys are new and find this video help you out in any way, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel with notifications on, and let's get into it. So now jumping into our first weapon in this video, we have the good old LC10, which after this update, this thing is just super insane. Easily a top 3, maybe even the #1 gun in the entire game. It was good. Now it's super broken. Now we have a 5 attachment build here, and we're going to start with the muzzle and add on the monolithic suppressor first. Being off the radar, staying stealthy, being quiet. This is going to help us stay alive a whole lot longer to go on those nuke streaks, higher kill streaks, get our KD up, just help us out so much. And also the bullet velocity and damage range is going up, just making this SMG 100 times better. Now for my underbarrel next, we are going to add on the Ranger foregrip for that sprinting movement speed to help us move faster around the map, be a little bit more aggressive, have that nice running gun type of playstyle, and also horizontal recoil control. So this is going to make the weapon very easy to control. The recoil pattern is very easy to control. You're going to be more accurate. The weapon is more calm, just helping you out a lot more. Now for the rear grip, we're going to add on the ergonomic grip. This did get a buff here in the Season 4 Reloaded update. They actually made it where the dive and slide to fire speed is a lot faster, about 5%. So if you are someone that uses the Omni Moon a lot in your gunfights for that advantage, sliding or diving or doing the slide to prone, that is going to help out so much shooting faster off those things. So if you use this, it's super good. If you don't use the Omni movement, just go ahead and throw on the commando grip. But the ergonomic grip after its buff is insane. Now for my stock, we're going to add on the Infiltrator stock. This is still the best stock in the entire game. On some weapons it got a buff. On the LC10 it didn't get a buff, but it's still just so damn good to use. So we're going to add this on to move faster around the map when aimed down sights, preem into our gunfights, preem around corners, be ready for gunfights, just overall the best stock in the game. And then we're going to go to the fire mods here and add on rapid fire for the faster fire rate. You are going to delete people super quick with rapid fire, and also they actually buffed rapid fire, so there's not much vertical or horizontal recoil being added. They actually dropped it, so it's not going to jump up as more. But I'm telling you, the rapid fire build, better damage range, quick time to kill, no recoil. This thing is just absolutely insane. If you are someone experiencing high latency or have bad FPS on Call of Duty, you need to check out LagoFast. LagoFast can help reduce high latency on any console and even boost your FPS on PC. It's super easy to install in just a few clicks, and it can also help you get easier lobbies. So if you're trying to level up faster, get higher kill games, get tactical nukes, complete the hardest challenges in the game, or want the coolest camos in Black Ops 6, go download LagoFast. Take control of your game and go use code Paradox at LagoFast and try out their free trial. Link will be in the top part of the description. Now for weapon number 2 here, we have the Kilo 141. Now this is also one of the weapons in the Season 4 Reloaded update that got their attachments buffed. All of them did, but this is one of the main weapons that just got a whole lot better after this update. Now for this build, we have another 5 attachment build, and we're going to start with the muzzle and add on the porta compensator. Now the first shot recoil control is good. I don't think it's nothing too crazy, but it is going to help out a lot in your gunfights after you shoot and quit shooting. It's going to help with that recoil. We have that vertical recoil control, which actually got buffed, so it's going to be a lot easier to control with the vertical recoil. And we have that recoil stabilization, which is going to keep this weapon super calm. It's going to help you be more accurate at any gunfight you get into. The porta compensator is actually up there with the regular compensator now when it comes to having accuracy, stability, and just good control of your weapon. Now, for this build, we are going to use a barrel, and we're going to add on the reinforced barrel for that damage range and bull velocity. Now, the damage range on this weapon is already really good. The bull velocity is okay, but just adding this on is just going to make the Kilo just 100 times better to use. Any gunfight you get into, you're going to have that advantage with your bull velocity, the damage range at longer ranges. Any gunfight you get into at any range is just going to be super easy to get in and get out of very quickly. Now, for my underbarrel, we are going to add on the Ranger foregrip. This is going to help with more recoil stabilization. We're getting sprinting movement speed, and we're getting some horizontal recoil control here. This is going to help smooth out that recoil pattern, make the weapon a lot easier to control. The weapon's even more stable now. We're moving faster around the map. We're being more aggressive and just getting those higher kill games. Now, for the rear grip, we're going to go ahead and throw on the ergonomic grip. We're shooting faster off a slide and a dive. That got buffed on the Kilo, so it's going to be a lot better if you use the Omni movement. And we are getting that aim down sight speed. Just overall, this attachment is going to help you be a little bit more aggressive. And if you use the Omni movement, you're going to have a lot of fun with the ergonomic grip now. And then we have the 5th attachment. You can go multiple different ways with this. You could go with the stock, the Infiltrator stock, This did not get a buff on this AR, but the fire mods, the rapid fire actually got a buff, and the recoil springs got a buff. So it just really depends. Do you want rapid fire for the faster time to kill up close? They actually buffed it, so there's not much recoil on this. Or you could go with the recoil springs with the more gun kick control, vertical and horizontal recoil control, and this weapon isn't going to move whatsoever. So it's really on how you want to play it. For me personally, rapid fire after this update on the weapons that it did get a buff on is just insane. So we're going to go ahead and throw on rapid fire. But here is the new best class setup for the Kilo 141 after its buff. Now, call me crazy, but the Compact 92 is going to be an absolute SMG meta now after its buff with the attachments and everything. One of the main problems with this SMG, it was just very difficult to control, but with us having the attachment buff, some with the new attachments, the Compact 92 is just absolutely insane now. For this build, we are going to be using 8 attachments, so go ahead and use Gunfighter as your wild card. And we're going to start with the muzzle because I do love the iron sights on this weapon. We are going to add on the compensator for the crazy amount of vertical recoil control and gun kick control, just helping this weapon just be very calm and easier to control. Now, for the barrel, we're going to add on the reinforced barrel. For the bullet velocity and damage range, you're really not going to be taking your gunfights to longer ranges. Up close, medium range are probably going to be the only best, ranges you're going to take this to. You're not going to take this to extreme long ranges, but that medium range is going to be really nasty now with the reinforced barrel, but just overall making the Compact 92 a lot better to use. Now, for my underbarrel, we're going to go ahead and throw on the G grip here. Recoil stabilization, horizontal recoil control. That's all we really need on this weapon. With it having a faster fire rate, it's really not that stable. The G grip is going to make this weapon stable, so this weapon is going to be very smooth when firing, which is amazing. So make sure you add on the G grip. That's very important for this build. Magazine, we're going to go ahead and throw on the first extended mag for a 40 round mag. It's not taking away any handling. We have a larger mag. The time to kill is really quick, so as long as you're being really accurate with your fights, you never have to reload, which is great, so make sure to add this on. The rear grip, once again, adding on the ergonomic grip. This is the best rear grip to use, in my opinion. If you use the Omni movement, this is the best attachment you can use right now for the rear grips. If you don't, just go ahead and throw on the commando grip for the sprint to fire speed and aim down sight speed. But I will tell you, if you use the Omni movement and everything, you're at such a high advantage now with the ergonomic grip getting a buff. For my stock, we're going to go ahead and throw on the Infiltrator stock, this being the best stock in the game, so we're not going to go in depth with it anymore. Just go ahead and throw that on. Now, we cannot use a laser, so we're just going to go to the fire mod, and we're going to add on the recoil spring, so this is going to help with more gun kick control and recoil control. This weapon isn't going to move anymore. And again, the Compact 92 is going to be insane now, SMG meta, and this is the build you need to use. Now, jumping into our next weapon here for weapon number 4, we have the Grav 556. We're not even going to call it the SWAT because no one uses it as the SWAT anymore. Everyone uses it as the Grav, so you already know what our first attachment is going to be. But for this build, every single attachment that we're going to be using here got a buff besides the fire mod. But for our attachment number 1 here, very important that you go ahead and throw on the Grav conversion kit. Making this an AR, we get better movement speed, better recoil control, just making this weapon a whole lot better. Now, for attachment number 1, realistically, is going to be our muzzle, which is the ported compensator. This is one of the attachments that got buffed on this weapon, which is pretty good. They did buff the vertical recoil control on this, so this weapon is going to be a whole lot easier to control. So go ahead and throw that on. Now, for my underbarrel, we're going to add on the Ranger foregrip. It still has the same horizontal recoil control. The sprinting movement speed got buffed on this. Sprinting movement speed got increased, and also super movement speed got increased. I don't really get what they mean by super, but we are going to be moving a lot faster now with the Ranger foregrip and the Grav conversion. So the mobility wasn't really the best before this update, but it is actually pretty solid now. So the Ranger foregrip is going on. Now, for this build, we are not going to be using a magazine, so we are going to the rear grip and adding on the ergonomic grip. I'm telling you, the ergonomic grip is now the #1 rear grip in the entire game. You need to start using this. You got to get used to that Omni movement. It's not going away. Make sure you add on the ergonomic grip. It is so much better to use. The slide and dive to fire speed, the aim down sight speed, just everything is amazing. And then we're going to go to the stock here last and add on the Infiltrator stock. This did get a buff, so you are going to be moving very quickly around the map when aimed down sights. You don't even need to be like regularly not aiming down sights. You can literally always be aimed down sights, move fast around the map, pre-aim, shoot, win every gunfight in the entire game. But here is the new best class. So for the Grav, after its buff. And then jumping into our final and fifth weapon in this video, we have the Ames 85. Now this weapon, I literally called it before champs. I said after champs, after the CDL season is over, the Ames 85 is going to get a buff in some way to make it insane. Some attachments got buffed, making it absolutely insane. It's going to shred now. I literally called it after Optic winning here, but for this build, we are using 5 attachments, and you can use this build in ranked play or in public matches. You're going to shred with it. Now for my build, we're going to add an Optic on first. The Kepler Microflex is going on. I say this all the time. This is the best and easiest Optic to use. We are still adding on the compensator for our muzzle here. This is the best muzzle for the Ames 85 in my opinion. The Porter compensator did get a buff, but I will say the compensator is still the best choice for the gun kick control and recoil control. Getting added onto the Ames 85 just makes it a whole lot easier to use in my opinion. Now for my barrel, we're still going to add on the reinforced barrel for that damage range and bullet velocity. The bullet velocity getting added onto the Ames is going to make this weapon in any gunfight you get into up close to long range insanely easy, and at longer ranges, that damage range is just going to make this weapon just filthy. So add on the reinforced barrel. Now we're going to skip the underbarrel here, so we're going to the rear grip and adding on the ergonomic grip again. It got a buff, 5% increase in its slide and dive to fire speed. Still the same aim down sight speed and everything, but overall the ergonomic grip is still the best rear grip in the entire game. And then we're going to the fire mod, and we're going to be adding on the recoil springs. This actually got a buff, so it has more gun kick control, more vertical and horizontal recoil control, so this thing isn't going to move whatsoever. But here is the full build for this, and those are my top 5 overpowered loadouts after the Season 4 Reloaded update here in Black Ops 6. And I'm telling you, you're going to go crazy. You're going to see higher kill games. You're going to start increasing your KD. You're going to get better tactical nukes. You're just going to be a better player, I do promise. So go ahead and copy these builds down. Let me know in the comments what was your favorite loadout, what was the highest kill game you got, if you get close to any nukes, what was the best game. Just let me know everything in the comments. But guys, thanks so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.